Hi, I'm Adam Del Monte, and welcome to this little tremolo demonstration here at GSI. So I played a little snippet from Recuerdos de la Alhambra, and of course, as you know, the classical tremolo is thumb and 3 notes. We're going to contrast that with the flamenco tremolo, which is thumb and 4 notes. We'll talk about the difference and the similarities between the two and how to work on getting them to sound better and to feel better. So, again, I like to think in layers, in terms of layers of information that you want to program your muscles with. And when it's all together, cooked properly with regular practice and time, then it just comes out as one flowing thing. So what the audience members usually don't realize is the behind the scenes type of work that is required to get something to sound natural, to just come out like that. So I'll share with you a couple of things that I think are, a good idea to work on to get those things working. So the first thing, again, I always like to emphasize the roundness of the of the wrist to give that optimal leverage and approach into the string. And in tremolo, you have to be very, very loose, but in the final product, you have to be very loose. But what is necessary as a first layer, in my opinion, to get the tremolo to sound strong and stable and consistent, you want to train your fingers to do a very basic function consistently over and over again. What do I mean by that? Plant every single finger and just let every single finger fall into place from a very short distance, by the way. You want to keep everything very, very close. So you approach this. Even this is a good pre-preparation to tremolo, just to do this. How do you get from here to here? With no obstruction. Very, very close. You're like, think of your fingers like a hawk or an eagle. That you think like a predator. You want to be close. You want to have every advantage possible to get to the string very directly, and not just to get to the string, but also right underneath the nail. We talked about that in the other clips. Right underneath the nail, no double bumps. No first the flash and then you kind of slip into the nail. That makes a horrible sound. You want to get a nice right underneath the nail, and the contact and the coordination and the touch to be very, very tight. Okay, so every single finger knows where to go. That's the first thing. Do the same with the M finger, I finger. Every finger knows where to go. Okay, so you do that for 5 minutes. A finger, okay? Then you plant, you feel, release. As you play, as you release the A finger, the M finger just falls into place. You see? And you want to land right underneath the nail, which is the point of departure. No double landings. Right underneath, right underneath, right underneath. What this does, it prepares the ground for hyper precision. In fast speed, you don't want to think about it. So that's why you're thinking about it now. So that later on, the hand already knows what to do. This is programming a layer of information. I talk a lot about that in my lessons on New Learning Vision. I'll be coming out with a tremolo package shortly as well. Here's a little preview for you. So again, one by one, very, very slowly, but again, with the fundamentals in mind always. So you do this for a long time. You can do it for, this is something that's not strenuous, so you should do this for at least 20 minutes every day. Like that. And then you can vary the degree of pressure and volume you want to work on. Every different kind of pressure and volume works the muscles differently. So when you're more relaxed, you're working on sensitivity and speed and relaxation. When you're working on, when you're playing louder, then you're working on volume and you're strengthening the muscles in your fingers. So it's like putting more tension on the Bowflex, if you will, or lifting heavier weights. Okay, so once you've done that, every finger has gotten individual attention. Then you want to work again on one pulsation. Like we did with the picado, you're working on one motion. You plant the first finger and the other two are right behind. Okay, and you do that for a bunch of times. And then you combine that, of course, with the thumb. You can just do very simple exercises, just going up and down. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. In fact, the simpler the better. Don't even get the left hand involved at first. And just focus on the right hand and the comfort of So what starts to happen is that you're going to start going from reaching, planting, into drive-by swooping. There's already a layer of plantedness programmed into the muscles. So right now I'm getting a very fast plant, but it happens like a drive-by. Okay, so that's how you practice tremolo. And then when you start playing a piece, then you start applying that with the left hand, coordinating things and so on. Next we're going to look at the flamenco tremolo.